Good afternoon, everyone. So we did yesterday the factors affecting Indian monsoon and उसमें role of Himalayas. We are going to start with the theories of the Indian monsoon. There are two kinds of theories. One is the classical theories of the Indian monsoon, and the other kind of a theory is the modern theories of the monsoon. So, एक brief understanding of Indian monsoon. सबसे पहले क्या होता है? The sun shifts to the northern hemisphere. The land gets heated. As the land gets heated, low pressure develops on the land, and we says ITCZ shifts to the north. What is ITCZ? It is a low pressure belt. It is also known as a monsoon trough. As it shifts to the north, the southern winds, trade winds from the southern hemisphere, try to come to the ITCZ. They change their path direction because of the Coriolis effect, and they come towards India as the southwest monsoon. Getting it? As they come towards India as the southwest monsoon, simultaneously the heating of the Tibetan plateau develops. You just imagine that these winds, when they come towards India as the southwest monsoon winds, they will come and hit the land, and as a result of this they will give the rainfall. But the rainfall will not be uniform. The rainfall will depend upon जो regions है. India is a very vast country, and therefore the rainfall obviously will not be uniform. The regions which are very near to the coast will get the rainfall. The regions which are getting the onshore winds या orographic है, जहाँ पे the rainfall orographic, where it is on the leeward side of the windward side of the mountain will get the rainfall, but the rainfall is not well distributed throughout the India. For rainfall to come into interiors, there has to be some mechanism by which the wind comes into the interiors. The winds will come into interiors by two mechanisms. One of the mechanism by which the wind comes into the interiors is by the process of thermal heating of the low pressure, that is the Bay of Bengal current will come into the interiors of India. And the second mechanism by which the wind will come into the interiors is due to the formation of a heating of the Tibetan plateau, or due to the formation of an easterly jet stream. And after all these things also, the winds will not give even distribution of the rainfall, because then there are other factors such as El Nino La Nina, Indian Ocean Dipole, and Madden-Julian oscillation. But this is what is the brief idea of Indian monsoon. So you can see here, ITCZ is shifted towards India, and therefore the winds from the southern hemisphere, low high pressure, are getting deflected to the right hand side and coming to India. Maximum shift of ITCZ is in our Asian region or in the northern hemisphere. इतना ज़्यादा ITCZ यहाँ shift नहीं हुआ है. And therefore this do not have monsoon, but have a similar climate to the monsoon, जिसमें we will do one short note, that is the pseudo monsoon type of climate. So this is how the shifting of the ITCZ is occurring. Southwest monsoon, northeast monsoon, winters and summer position of ITCZ. Tibetan plateau ka heating, and then we have the easterly jet stream. So when the monsoon comes to India, you can see this blue line is the ITCZ. It is coming in the form two parts. Us side wala line is the Arabian Sea branch, this side wala line is the Bay of Bengal branch. Getting it? And you can see the Bay of Bengal branch is then entering the Indian subcontinent. Why? Because of the heating of this part. While the Arabian Sea branch is going directly and hitting the Himalayas. Orographic uplift nahi hai, orographic barrier nahi hai, therefore the Arabian Sea branch is not giving much rainfall in this part, but here the Bay of Bengal branch is giving the rainfall. This is what is the ITCZ, and this is what are the trade winds from the northern hemisphere. This is the season of retreating monsoon. We have drawn some diagrams yesterday out of this. हमने 3 लाइन देखी थी, दिसंबर 15 वाली लाइन, then अक्टूबर 1 वाली लाइन and सितंबर 1 वाली लाइन. So with this background, let us understand what the thinkers are talking about the theories of Indian monsoon. And therefore, एक theory of the Indian monsoon, what is the simplest idea, what is a monsoon type of climate? जहाँ पे there is a seasonal change in the wind direction, and we will start first with the classical theory of Haley. We have seen all the past year questions yesterday. There has been no question on the classical theory. All the question talks about the recent theories, not recent theory. So recent theories में जितनी भी theories which will come in the modern theory, and modern theory में these are the recent theories. There are three important theories: jet stream theory, Koteshwaram, air mass theory, and by a Chinese turned USA person. These are the two theories regarding the recent monsoon. Fine. So before I begin, मुझे एक simple words में बता दो what is monsoon. Mechanism बता दो simple words में. Why there is a monsoon type of climate? क्यों India has only the monsoon type of climate? क्या हो रहा है इन द मानसून? किसी लेमैन को समझाना है क्या हो रहा है इन द मानसून, व्हाट विल यू टेल देम? व्हाई ITCZ विल शिफ्ट? सो उससे क्या होगा? पोजीशन ऑफ द सन. ठीक है. Southern hemisphere. Give rainfall. So what these two have said is nothing but in simple words Halley की classical theory. कि ये heat होगा, ये cool होगा. This is the theory of Halley in very very simple words. But before we go, can I say this region of the world and this region of the world is the region where we have monsoon type of climate. कहाँ पे? In the India, Pakistan, South Asia, some parts of mainland Southeast Asia and the South China Sea region, as well as the northern part of Australia, we have the monsoon type of climate. There are some regions in the world which includes Central America, Brazil, Cuba, Caribbean islands, this part, both in northern and southern hemisphere, which has pseudo monsoon type of climate. Understanding? There is a seasonal reversal of the wind direction, but the seasonal reversal is not of exactly reversal नहीं है. See, can I say hot winds, southwest monsoon winds ऐसी आएगी? Can I say northeast monsoon winds ऐसे जाएगी? It will give rainfall here, blue color lines. This will give rainfall here, red color line. Whether the wind is going towards Australia or whether the wind is coming towards India, Ethiopia coast is going to get the rainfall. Though there is not the place where the seasonal reversal is occurring, but they are getting the rainfall due to seasonal reversal of the winds between India and Australia. So you will call such climate as pseudo monsoon type of climate. Getting it? So there will be a question on monsoon as it is. There can be a short note on pseudo monsoon. This year's paper should not be your guide. बहुत आसान था पेपर, फाइन कि ऐसा पेपर आएगा इसलिए यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड, नहीं, ये एक्सेप्शंस था. आज इस साल का पेपर यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर द वर्स्ट. 2012 का पेपर, 2015 का पेपर, 2013 का पेपर, यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दोज पेपर्स. देन सच पेपर्स विल गिव यू ऑब्वियसली गुड मार्क्स. Getting it? So this is what is the pseudo monsoon type of climate. Obviously, even this is the pseudo monsoon type of climate, Madagascar also. ट्रॉपिकल मरीन है, एग्जैक्टली प्रॉपरली सूडो मॉनसून नहीं कह सकते हम. कीनिया के आसपास, वेयर इज कीनिया? ये है कीनिया. कीनिया कहाँ है? कीनिया इज लोकेटेड इन द ईस्ट अफ्रीका, नॉट ऑन द वेस्ट अफ्रीका. कीनिया में से तो रिफ्ट वैली जाती है. कहाँ से जा रही है रिफ्ट वैली? लुक इन द एटलस, वेयर इज कीनिया? ईस्टर्न अफ्रीका तो इस प्रॉपर ट्रॉपिकल एवरग्रीन टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट. वेस्टर्न अफ्रीका, गिनिया, GU, ट्रॉपिकल एवरग्रीन. इट इज नॉट एट ऑल सूडो मॉनसून. इट इज अ ट्रॉपिकल एवरग्रीन जिसमें थोड़ा बहुत रेनफॉल ऑकर्स मोर ड्यूरिंग द समर सीजन. उसको सूडो मॉनसून नहीं कहते, उसको कहते हैं ट्रॉपिकल मरीन टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट. तो फिर नहीं, ईस्टर्न पार्ट में ही होगा हमेशा. गेटिंग इट? So first, classical theory of the monsoons. सविंद्र सिंह में मॉनसून दिया है? फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी. The theories of Indian monsoon, the theories of Indian monsoon can be divided in, the theories of Indian monsoon can be divided in two categories: classical theory and modern theories. Classical theory and modern theory. Classical theories are based on simple heating and cooling of the landmass. Are based on simple heating and cooling of the landmass. And therefore changes in the wind direction. And therefore changes in the wind direction. They do not take into account the upper air circulation or heating and cooling of Indian and Pacific Oceans, heating and cooling of Indian and Pacific Ocean to explain the monsoon type of climate. to explain the monsoon type of climate. Next. The first classical explanation of Indian monsoon is found in several texts, such as, सबसे best explanation of Indian monsoon is in Rigveda, is found in Rigveda. Comma, writings of Greeks and Buddhist travelers. Next, travelers. Next, a complete explanation regarding the seasonal reversal of winds. Regarding seasonal reversal of winds was given by Al-Masudi. Who also gave Al-Masudi. Al-Masudi कौन था? ब्रैकेट में लिख सकते हो. He was a climatic determinist. He was a determinist thinker who gave more importance to the climate, climatic determinist. Bracket closed. Who also gave dates regarding arrival and withdrawal of monsoon. Arrival and withdrawal of monsoon. Arrival of and withdrawal of monsoon. Al-Masudi is known as Herodotus of Arabs. Herodotus of Arabs, likho mat. Who is Herodotus? Father of geography. And who is the father of history? Herodotus. He is known as the father of history. Next. But next, in 1968, in 1686, Sir Edmund Halley explained that monsoon is an outcome of thermal contrast between the continents. Monsoon is an outcome of thermal contrast in the continent, thermal contrast between the continents and oceans. outcome of thermal contrast between the continents and the oceans due to their differential heating. Due to their differential heating. And इसीलिए classical theory में सबसे आना चाहिए Edmund Hilley. But you see, what we have done, we have connected geographical thought in the introduction part of our answer on climate. इसलिए ऋग्वेदा and अल मसूदी, ये ऐसे अप्रोच रखो जितना हो सके उतना. कोई भी मेजर थियरीज, कोई भी मेजर, पुट इट फ्रॉम द जोग्राफिकल थॉट. गेटिंग इट? अदरवाइज this all are not this all al-Masudi, Baruni, Rigveda, वो सब आप geographical thought में पढ़ते हो, but you should know how to connect the parts. Books में classical theory directly start होता है from the Edmund Hilley. But Edmund Hilley says there are two kinds of monsoon in India. One is the summer monsoon and other is the winter monsoon, and baki ka things you already know. Summer monsoon mein ITCZ will shift towards India, there will be heating and therefore southwest monsoon winds. Winter monsoon mein ITCZ will shift toward Australia, therefore India pe there will be cooling and there will be northeast monsoon winds. Getting it? So summer monsoon. According to Halley, there is summer and winter monsoon. There is a summer and winter monsoon depending upon the seasons. Summer monsoon. Who was Edmund Halley? A GK based question. क्या? एडमंड हिलरी नहीं, एडमंड हैली. आपने पढ़ा है बचपन में हैलीज कॉमेट, जो हर 78 साल बाद अर्थ के बाद, so it is on his name, Edmund Halley. He had discovered the comets. After every 78 years, comets will go around the earth. So this is the same person who gave the theory of monsoon, Sir Edmund Halley. Halley's comet, जिसने comets के बारे में, he was an astronomer, he was not a climatologist. Next. So summer monsoon, point number 1. In summer, sun shines vertically over Tropic of Cancer. In summer, sun shines vertically over Tropic of Cancer. Second, it results into high pressure and low temperature. It results into high pressure and low temperature over Central Asia and South Asia. Over Central and South Asia. High temperature and low pressure over Central and South Asia. Next point. Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal have comparatively higher pressure. Just a minute. Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal have comparatively higher pressure सोनू जी को बोल के कुर्सी इस रूम वाली उधर लेके आने बोलना. हाँ, ये जो बार वाली है ना, लंबी वाली, ये रखना अभी, मैं क्लास के बाद. हाँ 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 हाँ, ये संजय जी को बोल देना मुझे कम. संजय जी एक बार मुझे ये वाली कुर्सी वहाँ ला के देखा. हाँ, उसमें मेरे को दर्द हो रहा है. Next point. This induces This induces airflow from sea to the land. From sea to the land. This induces airflow from sea to the land, bringing heavy rainfall to India and neighboring countries. Bringing heavy rainfall to India and neighboring countries. Bringing heavy rainfall to India and neighboring countries. Next, winter monsoon. अरेबियन सी, बे ऑफ बंगाल सबसे ज़्यादा वार्म है क्योंकि इट इज़ कनेक्टेड टू पैसिफिक. पैसिफिक का गर्म पानी आता है इन द बे ऑफ बंगाल. अंडमान सी तो सबसे ज़्यादा ठंडा है. वो तो सिर्फ कोस्ट पे ना, इंटीरियर्स में इट इज़ सराउंडेड बाय लैंड मास, नैरो ज़्यादा है एज कम्पेयर टू द अरेबियन सी. Plus it is connected to the Pacific Ocean through the Strait of Malacca, and therefore warm ocean current from the Pacific enters the Bay of Bengal. कोस्ट पे ही अरेबियन सी की साइज देखो, बे ऑफ बंगाल की साइज देखो. अरेबियन सी की साइज कितनी बड़ी है, 2 डिग्रीज. पर ये क्वेश्चन क्यों? See, remember this is most common misconception कि मिडल ईस्ट के डेजर्ट्स के कारण अरेबियन सी का टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा होगा. इट इज़ द मोस्ट कॉमन मिसकंसेप्शन. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. टेम्परेचर ऑफ द ओशन इज नथिंग टू डू विद द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द डेजर्ट्स. वो होगा ओनली इन द कोस्टल रीजन्स. इट विल नॉट बी अफेक्टिंग द इनलैंड रीजन्स. नेक्स्ट, winter monsoon. Winter monsoon. In the winter, the sun shines vertically. In the winter, the sun shines vertically over the Tropic of Capricorn, over the Tropic of Capricorn, and therefore the northwestern part of parts of Indian Ocean becomes colder, therefore winds flow from the colder northwest. Winds flow from the colder northwest to the south, in the northeast direction. Khatam theory. Fine. You can draw the diagram. Colder as compared to the southern part. Sun is over the Tropic of Capricorn. So ऊपर का northern hemisphere का ocean colder होता है as compared to the southern hemisphere का ocean, and therefore winds will blow as a northeast monsoon. You can draw the diagram. Which is this? This is the summer monsoon. Draw two such diagrams. Arrows हमें winter monsoon में exactly opposite दिखाना है. So ऐसे दो boxes, summer and winter monsoon. Can I continue? Winter monsoon, what will be the diagram? Exactly opposite the wind direction. Wind direction here in the winter monsoon will be like this. Because this will get converted into high pressure. ज़रूरत है उस इसकी? Very simple it is. High pressure. कुछ नहीं, इस direction change हो गया. Can I continue? Now tell me, what are the outcomes? What is the analysis of his theory? थोड़ा सोचो आप. Theory जो है I have given you, थोड़ा सोचो. He talks about presence of summer monsoon. In the form of southwest monsoon winds because of high pressure and low pressure का difference. He talks about winter monsoon because there is a high pressure here and therefore winds move like this. This is the winter monsoon. But do you agree with his theory? Why not? Why not completely? Means what are the points you agree with? What? Upper air circulation. Is there any mention of jet stream in his theory? No. Second, koi aur? Tibetan low pressure belt. Is there any mention? No. Then third, Madagascar high. Is there any mention? No. fourth El Nino La Nina, is there any mention? नहीं. Indian Ocean Dipole, is there any mention? नहीं. मुझे ये इसमें से एक भी point नहीं चाहिए लिखने के लिए. ये तो सब अब recent discoveries है satellites के लिए. But फिर भी people did not agree with this theory. Why? If the monsoon is so simple, so is it nothing but a large scale land and sea breeze? A high and low, high and low. The land is getting hot and therefore there is a sea breeze during the summer season. What is a land and sea breeze? Land and sea breeze is a local wind. So during the daytime, land gets warmer while the water is comparatively colder because land gets heated at a very fast high speed. So day में there is a sea breeze which comes from sea to land. रात के समय the land gets comparatively cooler at a very fast rate while the water has the capacity to retain the heat and therefore दिन में अगर ये high pressure है, this is low pressure, रात में this will cool and this will develop an high pressure, this will be low pressure and there will be land breeze. So heli का concept in true sense is this only. During the summers this is getting more hot and therefore the breeze comes from southwest monsoon as the sea breeze while this becomes very cold during the winters and then we have the northeast monsoon. So it is nothing but an extension of the concept of land and sea breeze. Yes. मतलब मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि these are land and sea breeze. The concept, this concept is the same, land and sea breeze. Secondly, if this is the reality of Indian monsoon, see, he is not completely wrong. हो तो यही रहा है. So you should not criticize also. He's not completely wrong, but he cannot explain if this is what simple, then each and every place in India should get the same rainfall. But yesterday we have seen there is large scale variations. These variations are induced by topography. These variations are induced by physiography. These variations are induced by orography. That is mountains है नहीं है. कल हमने देखा the जैसलमेर का rainfall and चेरापूंजी का rainfall. We saw coming of monsoon in the month of September in northwest and retreating in the month of 15 July to 1st September. कितने दिन का rain monsoon है northwest में? 15 दिन का. And how much is the amount of monsoon in Kerala? 6 months around. That is 1st of June to 15th of September. So all these variations in the Indian monsoon has not been explained. And monsoon is what? Monsoon is nothing but, what was the famous statement of Pranab Mukherjee? I don't decide the budget. It is the monsoon which makes the budget for me. This is the famous statement of Pranab Mukherjee when he was a finance minister. और पहले भी ये जब it is the budget which is variable. It is decided in India by the monsoon. And monsoon is variable because of the topographic expressions, because of so many factors which are not found in his theory. ये है the conclusion, critical analysis of his theory. Understanding? Because it is nothing but simplification of the concept of the land and the sea breeze. He does not talk about any variations in the Indian monsoon. But is his theory totally wrong? No. 16 कब दिया था ये theory? 1686 में he thought about this concept and आज का monsoon is nothing but the main mechanism is the same. The only difference is he talks only of Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. यहाँ पे हमने ऑस्ट्रेलिया को mention नहीं किया है. But today's studies have shown that monsoon is not just between Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal and the mainland India. Monsoon is basically between the northern and the southern hemisphere. It is not land and sea breeze, but it is the trade winds. Therefore, the concept of ITCZ. यहाँ पे तो ITCZ और सबकी ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. कल का लेक्चर सबने देखा? मैंने बोला था क्लास में कि हम संडे को मिल रहे हैं. Test will be released tomorrow. Test बेस छोड़ो. Lecture will be there. Fine. Test I will release it. आज भी release नहीं हुआ है test. Fine. I will release it tomorrow. But lectures will be there. Test you take it tomorrow. Solve it on 2nd of October in your house. वैसे भी half of the people were going to solve in the house only. So I'll give you 100% promise test tomorrow. हाँ? क्लास कल क्यों नहीं होगा? 1 अक्टूबर है कल. गांधी जी परसों बर्थडे है गांधी जी का. कल होगा क्लास. घर पे लिखो छुट्टी के दिन. Fine. The test in the same time. But कल देखो कल क्या क्या factors है. कल अगर लेक्चर जितने भी फैक्टर्स हैं इंडियन मॉनसून के सब रिमेंबर करो. ITCZ is does this theory requires the presence or absence of ITCZ? No. There is jet stream. Does this theory talks about jet stream? No. El Nino, La Nina is the recent phenomena. Forget about them. Whereas it does not talk about that also. But this is nothing. That is why I am saying it is a simple land and sea breeze. And what we had just seen in the PPT is ITCZ shifts to India. फिर ये wind आती है. When ITCZ shifts to Australia, फिर ये wind आती है. Getting it? So actually sir हैली ने क्या किया? सर हैली ने अल मसूदी की थियोरी को इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट करके दिया था. अल मसूदी ने ये थियोरी क्यों दी थी? बिकॉज अल मसूदी was historian plus he was one of the biggest trader of Arab world, and being one of the biggest supplier of Arab world, he had to know the Indian monsoon. So uski badi badi ships thi. He was the owner of large amount of ships which used to come from equator. Al-Masudi was a trader in Baghdad. He had a shipping company in Ethiopia, and his ships used to sail from Ethiopia to India and India to Ethiopia. So किस सीजन में उसको भेजना है, किस सीजन में उसको लेके जाना है, for that he wanted to understand the Indian monsoon. Therefore he studied the Indian monsoon. इससे पहले किसी ने क्यों नहीं किया? Because nobody was a trader, right? Necessity is the mother of invention. So Al-Masudi ka necessity tha, otherwise he would have gone into loss. Had he followed, been same like Vasco da Gama, aise aao, waste of time. Fine, you will never reach here. This is the period of monsoon. So if you want to come from Europe till India, नीचे southern hemisphere से आ ही नहीं सकते, because winds आपको ऑस्ट्रेलिया की तरफ ले जाएगी. It will never bring you to India. It is only in this hemisphere. So Masudi gave this theory, उसी को English में translate किया, and this became classical concept. Getting it? So critical analysis. Sir Halley's theory based on differential heating of land and water dominated the theories of monsoon for 3 centuries. But it fails to explain. First, and the most important point, why monsoons do not develop equally everywhere. See, उसने ये बताया था कि देखो, yes, you are moving away from the sea, then the amount of rainfall will keep on decreasing. That is never the question. The question is, why the arrival of monsoon is this way, 1st of June, 10th of June, 15th of June, fine? Why the withdrawal is in this way? So, second point, it is silent on, it is silent on, it is silent on intricacies of the monsoon. Intricacies of the monsoon. Intricacies of the monsoon, such as sudden burst. Does monsoon burst suddenly? What is your experience of monsoon? Tell me, how does the monsoon come in Kerala? What is mean by sudden burst? In the month of June, there will be cloudy day, and suddenly one day there will be heavy rainfall along with lightning and thunder. Anywhere in India, this is what is known as the sudden burst of monsoon. Understanding? But the withdrawal is gradual. But the withdrawal is gradual. But the withdrawal is gradual. This is intricacy. विड्रॉल कैसे ग्रेजुअल है? आज सुबह भी लगा बारिश होने वाली है, नहीं होगी. ऐसे 10 दिन और लगेगा कि आप बारिश होगी, जाते जाते एक बार होगी, पर धीरे धीरे आप देखोगे कि क्लाउड कवर हैज विल गो ऑन डिक्रीजिंग एंड देन इट डज नॉट ऑकर सडनली कि सितंबर एंड एंड 1 अक्टूबर से देयर इज हेवी सनशाइन. फाइन, बट द बर्स्ट इज सडन, विड्रॉल इज वेरी ग्रेजुअल. व्हाई इज इट सो? आज तक पता नहीं है. सो even modern theories cannot explain this intricacy. Cloud burst is heavy rainfall. Sudden burst is sudden rainfall. Cloud burst मतलब क्या? जहाँ पे rainfall is more than 75 centimeters in a single day, या rainfall is greater than 75% of average annual rainfall, that is known as cloud burst. बादल फटना is cloud burst. क्लाउड बर्स्ट मतलब हेवी रेनफॉल. सडन बर्स्ट मतलब सडनली द रेनफॉल हैज ऑकर्ड. देखो ना, जब बारिश मॉनसून के सीजन में बादल है, लगता है कि रेनफॉल हो सकता है, होता नहीं है, और सडनली एक दिन दोपहर को हेवी रेनफॉल शुरू हो जाता है. दैट इज व्हाट इज नोन एज सडन बर्स्ट. विच वन? दिस. So अगले साल के लिए अपने पास क्वेश्चन है. एक्सप्लेन द बिहेवियर, अनयूजुअल बिहेवियर ऑफ इंडियन मॉनसून इन द ईयर 2019. क्यों? रिट्रीटिंग मॉनसून जो होगा, बारिश होगा, कल मैंने बताया था एक क्लास में, हमेशा रिट्रीटिंग मॉनसून की बारिश एक बार स्ट्रांग होने वाली है हर जगह, हमेशा रिट्रीटिंग मॉनसून. और पटना कम्स इन, इफ यू वर एब्सेंट यस्टरडे, here is Patna. This is the day of withdrawal of retreating monsoon, यहाँ से. So अभी this is normal phenomena, October 1. But इस साल क्या हुआ? In all this region, from all this region to all this region, monsoon will withdraw any day between October 1 to October 15th. और जाते जाते rainfall देगा ही. But this year there has been so heavy rainfall कि there is enough moisture in the atmosphere. And enough moisture, so supply बहुत ज़्यादा है. Supply बहुत ज़्यादा है through evaporation, the rainfall is heavy. And Patna का rainfall is only due to, Patna का flooding is only due to huge rainfall या man-made? Man-made भी है. Same with Pune का flooding. एक दिन में 200 सेंटीमीटर. वन डे नहीं, पूरे सीजन में 200 सेंटीमीटर्स. यस, 200 ये एवरेज है यहाँ पे. 200, 225 सेंटीमीटर्स, 200 सेंटीमीटर्स, 150 सेंटीमीटर्स, 70 सेंटीमीटर्स, 50 सेंटीमीटर्स. ये 50 सेंटीमीटर्स. हाँ, क्योंकि इस साल मानसून बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रांग है. मैड एंड जूलियन ऑसिलेशन है इस साल, इसलिए मानसून बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रांग है. Madden-Julian oscillation means पूरे इंडिया के ऊपर लो प्रेशर becomes very strong. We'll understand in today's lecture. Anyway. Third point. Besides differential heating of the land, besides the differential heating of the land, Indian monsoon is highly influenced by the shape of a continent, comma, orography, upper air circulation, as well as heating and cooling of Indian and Pacific Ocean. Heating and cooling of, सिर्फ Pacific Ocean लिखो, Indian नहीं लिखा तो भी चलेगा. Heating and cooling of Pacific Ocean. And therefore, the classical theory of monsoon has lost its relevance, but though the idea has not been outrightly rejected. The idea has not been outrightly rejected. In fact, the modern theories of the monsoon, have built up upon the basic idea of classical theory but we no longer consider monsoon only as an extended land and sea breeze. Before I go further, extended land and sea breeze. We no longer consider Indian monsoon as extended land and sea breeze. Fine? So before I go further, can you see this is India? This is somewhere in Pacific Ocean. India के ऊपर पूरे बादल है. Air is going upwards and it is going and slowing, going over the high pressure is formed over the Pacific Ocean. This is Madden-Julian oscillation, which is the year 2019. So obviously, rainfall is going to be heavy over India. Getting it? This year is the Madden-Julian oscillation, जहाँ पे there is always a cyclonic conditions over India and anticyclonic conditions over Pacific. You can see उसका image. Enhanced phase, ये पूरे region में बहुत heavy rainfall होगा, including India, and this region will be suppressed phase. That is, it will be a dry region. these are the two theories, Yin ki and Koteshwaram ki. So we are going to do these three theories of Indian monsoon. And जो हम GS में पढ़ते हैं, it is a combination of all the theories. You know, ITCZ is known as a low pressure trough. Because of the shifting of ITCZ, winds from the southern hemisphere come to the northern hemisphere. ये किसने कहा? Air mass theory ने. The presence of subtropical westerly jet stream, जो हम western disturbances वो सब कहते हैं, वो किसने कहा? Yin ने. The presence of easterly jet stream, वो किसने कहा? कोटेश्वरम ने. और जब हम monsoon पढ़ते हैं, तो we do all these factors. Understanding? But all these factors have been given by different theorists. Getting it? So, need for modern theories. Need for modern theories. First, negatives of Halley. Negatives of Halley. Second, low pressure areas over the continent. Low pressure areas over the continent. Is not just thermal in origin. Is not just thermal, heating के कारण ही नहीं है, is not just thermal in origin. Third, classical theories are silent on Walker cell and southern oscillation. Walker cell and southern oscillation. And first we'll do the air mass theory. First we'll do the air mass theory. Air mass theory क्या कहेगा? How the entire air masses will behave. So what does the air mass theory says? Air mass theory says that this is the normal position of ITCZ, this is the Tropic of Cancer, this is the Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer. We have seen that the sun oscillates. The earth revolves around the sun and in such a way कि हमें लगता है sun oscillates only between the Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. मतलब sun travels only in this line. So when the sun is in the northern hemisphere, maximum heating occurs due to vertical sun rays in the northern hemisphere. And therefore the low pressure center ITCZ shifts here. As the ITCZ shifts here, the trade winds from the southern hemisphere, which should converge at the ITCZ, that is at the equator, come in the search of ITCZ, they cross the equator, and due to the Coriolis force, this left moving trade winds are deflected to the right, and they become the onshore southwest monsoon winds from sea to the land. इसलिए the word onshore. Any wind which is coming from sea to the land will carry enough amount of moisture. अब the shifting of ITCZ is not just dependent on temperature. It is dependent upon the topography, because topography change होगा, albedo change होगा, the color of the soil will change, and therefore the low pressure, high pressure belts will change. And since the ITCZ का shifting is not uniform, ITCZ का shifting is zigzag, ITCZ का shifting will keep on moving with the sun and the rotation revolution of the earth. इसीलिए the low pressure belt is not uniform and hence monsoon is not uniform. Monsoon कोई सी जगह ITCZ अगर stagnant हो जाता है, it gives very heavy rainfall. If the ITCZ का trough keeps on oscillating, ऊपर नीचे होता रहता है, तो monsoon का rainfall भी जहाँ पे ITCZ का trough है, wherever there is ITCZ का trough, that area will get the monsoon. If the ITCZ trough is located only over Bihar, due to some reasons it does not shift. What can be the reason it does not shift? ITCZ, remember, is the imaginary line, low pressure belt, fine? Matlab, in simple words, what is ITCZ? It is the hottest region of the world at that time, jahan pe there is a highest amount of low pressure, highest low pressure. So if urban heat island say, if you are increasing the low pressure, we'll say, geographers will say कि यहाँ पे है world में the lowest pressure, and फिर हम कहेंगे ये है ITCZ. Understanding? Because of urban heat island, world में equator पे pressure होना चाहिए, for example 990 millibars. Up for a certain distance, so they will all join the places having 990 millibars, 0 degrees पे, और कहेंगे ये है thermal equator, the lowest pressure in the world. इसको हम कहेंगे ITCZ. अब due to urban heat island, suppose this is a city जहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा heating हुआ, so the low pressure का belt will oscillate here. Understanding? And therefore we will say ITCZ is here. So as the ITCZ ka position itself is not fixed, therefore the monsoon is not fixed, and this theory answers the first criticism of Haley. What is the first criticism of Haley? It does not develop equally at every place. Getting it? Understanding? ITCZ ka theory. Who gave the ITCZ ka theory? Two people. One is Rail, other is Flon. Flon ने कहा air mass नहीं, due to the shifting of ITCZ, equatorial westerlies come. बस यही फर्क है. Rail ने कहा था air masses come, and Flon ने कहा था equatorial westerlies come. Getting it? So the ITCZ theory, according to Rail, tropical monsoon is nothing but is trade wind circulation, that converges over ITCZ. Converges over ITCZ. Next point, ITCZ. So हम किसका concept लिख रहे हैं? Real का. And जितने हमने past year question देखे हैं, most of the times UPSC ने modern theories पूछा है, मतलब हमें सब ये theories लिखनी है, ये दोनों theories लिखनी है हमें, air mass theory, jet stream theory. And जब हम simple question लिखेंगे regarding the mechanism of monsoon, which has also been a common question, so let the names of the thinkers come. Don't write your GS का answer कि ITCZ will shift. Therefore ITCZ will shift लिखो, but नाम लिखो real का. Therefore heating of the land will occur, and then onshore winds आएंगे, नाम लिखो Flon का, equatorial westerlies. Then trade easterlies लिखो, नाम लिखो कोटेश्वरम का. So कल मैंने दिखाया है factors में कैसे हमने नाम डाले हैं important thinkers के. So ITCZ is an imaginary low pressure center that is characterized by convergence of trades, comma, ascending air, maximum clouds and heavy rainfall. Right? Any doubts यहाँ तक? It is divided into the north and south ITCZ. It is divided into north and south ITCZ. Next, this low pressure trough shifts over mainland Asia or shifts over Asia. Shifts over Asia. During the summer season, full stop. As Asia heats up, as the Asia heats up, a strong low pressure center develops. A strong low pressure center develops from Pakistan, पाकिस्तान में कहाँ से? From the Peshawar region to South China Sea, sometimes extending in the north to Lake Baikal. Where is Lake Baikal? Russia. Extending in the north till Lake Baikal. Next point, this thermally induced ITCZ pulls. This thermally induced ITCZ pulls equatorial westerlies from the oceans towards Asia. This displaced trade winds from the southern hemisphere which come to India are known as southwest monsoons. The southwest monsoons meets the northeast trade winds along the ITCZ, and therefore ITCZ is the monsoon trough. Therefore ITCZ is the monsoon trough. In the month of July, the position of ITCZ is located around 20 to 25 degree north latitude. To 25 degree north latitude. And hence the monsoon rainfall is very strong over India. Hence the monsoon rainfall is very strong over India. Heating landmass है, landmass will be heated more as compared to the water body. Southern hemisphere में इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि heating नहीं है. Atlantic में इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि वो cold current वाला area है, Canary current. Indian Ocean is the only ocean which does not have cold currents. अफ्रीका से ज़्यादा गर्म इंडिया है, एशिया है, बिकॉज एशिया इज पूरा रॉक. अफ्रीका में कोल्ड करंट्स है, बीच में मेडिटेरेनियन सी है. डायग्राम कंप्लीट करो, वहां पे क्या है, मेडिटेरेनियन सी, उसके बाजू में क्या है, कैनरी करंट। हाँ हाँ, टिबेटियन प्लाटू, टिबेटियन प्लाटू आइस से ढका हुआ नहीं है, हिमालय है ढका हुआ। हिमालय का कौन से टॉप मोस्ट पार्ट्स विच आर ग्रेटर देन 5500 मीटर्स, बट हिमालय कितना है, ओनली 250 किलोमीटर्स वाइड, बट उससे ज़्यादा वाइड पीछे हिमालयस पे नहीं है, हिमालय से पीछे टिबेटियन प्लाटू, वो सब जो पूरा फ्लैट लैंड है, रॉक है, बेयर रॉक है, आइस नहीं है, एंड देयरफॉर वो सबसे ज़्यादा गर्म है, प्लस इट इज़ एट सच अ ग्रेट हाइट दैट इट इज़ रिसीविंग मोर इंसुलेशन। यस, एंड फिर जुलाई में फिर से आ जाएगा कहाँ पे, 20 to 25 डिग्री लैटिट्यूड लिखा है हमने, सो वेरी लिखा है हमने 20 to 25 डिग्री लैटिट्यूड जुलाई में, एंड देयरफॉर मैक्सिमम मॉनसून रेनफॉल ओवर इंडिया। हैव फिनिश ड्राइंग दिस, थियरी खत्म नहीं हुई है ये। As the intensity of the heating differs, as the intensity of the heating differs, and therefore monsoon is highly variable. As the intensity of the heating differs, intensity of the heating differs. That is what I had told you. It depends upon local conditions. Therefore, the monsoon rainfall is highly variable. Next, during the winter season, as the sun shifts in the southern hemisphere, as the sun shifts in the southern hemisphere, sun shifts in the southern hemisphere, the ITCZ now shifts to the south, the ITCZ now shifts to the south, and occupies the northern Australia near the Tropic of Capricorn, occupies northern Australia near the Tropic of Capricorn, due to the northward shifting of the sun, due to the southward shifting of the sun, high pressure develops over mainland India. High pressure develops over mainland India, giving rise to northeast monsoons, this winds after crossing the equator due to the Coriolis force, cross the equator cross the equator. Turn to the left, turn to the left. To give rainfall to northern Australia. Next point, as they originate on the land, they are dry winds and hence do not give rainfall over India. As they originate on the land, they are dry winds and do not give rainfall over India. Fine. So this is the understood how the ITCZ is shifting. ऐसे irregular क्यों shift हो रहा है? क्योंकि रिमेंबर बेनगुएला करंट है जिसका थोड़ा पानी यहाँ पे आता है अगुलास करंट के पास, कोल्ड करंट. अंटार्कटिका यहाँ पे थोड़ा ज़्यादा है ऐसे. सेकेंडली यहाँ पे ये ऐसे पूरे जाना चाहिए था नीचे, बट यहाँ पे देयर इज अ वेस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलियन करंट विच इज अ कोल्ड करंट, सो अगेन इट मूव्स टू द नॉर्थ. हैड देयर बीन नो वेस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलियन करंट, half of Australia would have got monsoon rainfall. Now only northern Australia gets monsoon rainfall. Yes. नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून कहाँ बारिश देती है एक्सेप्ट फॉर तमिलनाडु? कहाँ देती है? नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून से सिर्फ तमिलनाडु में बारिश मिलती है. वो भी क्यों? बिकॉज यहाँ से दे गो एंड पिक अप द मॉइस्चर एंड गिव रेनफॉल थोड़ा बहुत. वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस और नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून को कंफ्यूज मत करना. वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस अलग चीज है. क्या ITCZ क्या है? इमेजिनरी लो प्रेशर. अब लैंड एंड सी के बीच का डिफरेंस रहेगा. सी द शेप ऑफ अफ्रीका, इट इज more like a peninsula. So why will Africa get that much heated? So जहाँ पे heat नहीं होगा वहाँ पे ITCZ shift ही नहीं होगा. यहाँ पे तो बाजू में oceans है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया is a land mass, huge land mass. इसलिए ऑस्ट्रेलिया ज़्यादा heat हो रहा है. Land will get more heated as compared to the sea. इसलिए आइसोबार bend हो रहा है नीचे की तरफ. That is ITCZ नीचे की तरफ shift हो रहा है. See the shape of Africa. Is it not narrow? Will it not have maritime effect? Narrow है ना, maritime effect. And because it is narrow, ये जो we have done this Benguela current, ये जो ऐसे आता है, Benguela current थोड़ा ऐसे भी चला जाता है, and then it mixes with the Agulhas current. So Benguela current is a cold current, and इसलिए ITCZ को shift नहीं होने देता. Penguins मिलते हैं अफ्रीका में. Yes, penguins are found in Africa in the winter season. कैसे आते हैं? नीचे अंटार्कटिका से बेनगुएला करंट में बैठ के they come to Africa because Benguela current becomes very stronger. फिर समर्स में वो खुद को डालेंगे अगुलास करंट में एंड दे विल गो अवे फ्रॉम अफ्रीका बैक टू अंटार्कटिका. Because Antarctica में during the winters what is the source to eat? Nothing. So why will penguins stay there? वैसे what do penguins eat? Only fish. Sea is frozen. Antarctica में. Seaweeds. वहाँ पे in the extremely cold climate there is a certain kind of bacteria which forms in the ice crystals. उस बैक्टीरिया को खाते हैं. So that the bacteria does the digestion. So next time when you see documentary, you will see two things. एक तो they eating the fish, but mostly they eating the ice. So ice में basically they are eating the small bacteria, microorganisms which are developed in the ice. Even I was not knowing this. In this year's QEP batch, we had one scientist who had worked for 6 months in Antarctica as a part of government project. He told me all these things. But without food means they will be eating continuously that bacteria also. So he was in Antarctica for 6 months. Your batch only. Yours was in the main building here. In that building there was one person who used to ask doubt. So he इसने एक प्रोग्राम है क्रैश कोर्स प्रीलिम्स के लिए. QEP, QIP, क्रैश कोर्स, क्वालिटी एनरिचमेंट कोर्स, एडवांस मेंस कोर्स, ये सब मार्केटिंग के नाम है. एडवांस प्रीलिम्स कोर्स हर एक इंस्टीट्यूट का अलग अलग है. उससे अच्छा खुद पढ़ो रेगुलरली, क्योंकि वो 6 घंटे की क्लास होती है, कुछ रिटेंशन नहीं होता उसमें. कैन आई कंटिन्यू? अब ऑब्वियसली इट इज फ्री. ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल वालों को फ्री कर दूंगा मैं, डोंट वरी. So understanding ITCZ concept, understanding the इसका कंसेप्ट कुछ नहीं, इसमें एक एक्स्ट्रा लाइन डाल दी रेल ने और कह दिया इसको ITCZ एंड देन ही टॉक्स अबाउट वेरिएशन. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट, फ्लॉन largely agreed with ITCZ concept of reel. Flon largely agreed with the ITCZ concept of reel. But considered following things. Considered following things. 1, presence of no monsoon winds over the American continents. Presence of no monsoon or no presence of the monsoon winds. No presence of monsoon winds over America. And second, the winds over the eastern coast of Africa the winds over the eastern coast of Africa are parallel to the coast but not across the coast, are parallel to the coast. Are parallel to the coast. Understanding? ये दो चीजें देखी फ्लॉन ने कि यहाँ पे तो ठीक है, he understood this कि यहाँ पे there is they are coming perpendicular, but he said कि if ITCZ का shifting is there, why the ITCZ का shifting is not uniform? It does not shift over North America and South America, so there is no monsoon over there, and even if it is shifting and it is giving the rainfall over Asia, but यहाँ पे you can see that it is parallel to the coastline. So उसने थोड़ा modify किया ITCZ के concept को. So according to him, the migration of the pressure belts, is not uniform, full stop. The migration is more noticed in the continental parts. The migration is more noticed in the continental parts, especially over Asia, This is because of heating of the Tibetan plateau. This is because of the heating of the Tibetan plateau. Underline the word Tibetan plateau. मतलब एग्जाम में देखो इतना ये सब शॉर्ट में लिखना है. So फ्लॉन ITCZ के अंदर क्या एक्स्ट्रा चीज डाली फ्लॉन ने? Heating of the Tibetan plateau. Heating of the Tibetan plateau, which gives the energy for the trade winds and shifting of ITCZ more northwards, which gives the energy for, don't write the trade winds, cancel the trade winds, for shifting of ITCZ more northwards. Over India. Due to this, equatorial westerlies are pulled towards India as southwest monsoon winds. Fine. So what does he say? He says कि बाकी के मतलब उसने क्या एक्स्ट्रा एडिशन किया है कि बाकी के कॉन्टिनेंट्स में क्यों नहीं डेवलप होता है. फाइन. क्यों इंडिया में इतना ज्यादा शिफ्ट है. सो कंक्लूजन, does the air mass theory attributes the development of monsoons over Asia because of the large size of Asia which causes pronounced heating of the Asia, which causes pronounced heating of the Asia, which causes more heating of Asia. We are saying कि why Asia is getting more heated, because वो वहाँ पे cold currents नहीं है, it is a huge continuous land mass and therefore it gets more heated, therefore ITCZ बहुत ज़्यादा shift होता है over the Asia and therefore equatorial westerlies हो या trade winds हो, कुछ भी हो, they come towards India, or the air mass, entire equatorial air mass is which should move now towards the ITCZ, but the ITCZ due to extra heating is over the Asia is now coming towards the Asia. Fine. But what are the two negative points of this theory? Monsoon burst. Chalo, monsoon burst, none of the theory can even explain now. But okay, monsoon burst, is there any mention of jet stream? Fine. And the third most important negative point of this is कि it attributes the formation of monsoon over huge landmass of Asia and says such landmass is absent over North America, Europe, and इसलिए वहाँ पे monsoon develop नहीं होता. यहाँ तक तो ठीक है. But then if the monsoon is only due to the size of Asia, then why this region has monsoon? ये तो बहुत छोटा है. Understanding? What is the Flon saying? Flon is saying that ITCZ is prominently shifting because Asia is huge landmass and such things are not observed on North and South America, and there is an absence of the cold currents etc. in the over the Asia, so it gets heated and ITCZ shifts prominently. But then why over North Australia there is monsoon? Because of फिर यहाँ पे भी होना, सॉरी यहाँ पे भी होना चाहिए था डिफरेंशियल हीटिंग, यहाँ पे भी मानसून होना चाहिए था, यहाँ पे नहीं है मानसून. Why there is a monsoon type of circulation here only? Answers नहीं है किसी के पास, इसलिए सोचो भी मत. Right? But understanding हमें सिर्फ negatives लिखने हैं ताकि we prepare for the next theory, that is the jet stream theory. यहाँ पे ITCZ इसलिए नहीं शिफ्ट होता क्योंकि यहाँ पे is the Madagascar high. Understanding? Yesterday's lecture, there is Madagascar high over here. Mascarin is high. ITCZ is a low pressure belt. High pressure air over the Madagascar comes and shifts, settles over here. इसीलिए ITCZ थोड़ा ऊपर है. Understanding? Therefore, Africa is not. The wind air from Tibetan plateau goes up, becomes easterly jet stream, और कहाँ पे जाके settle होगी? Over the Mascarenes region. What is ITCZ? High pressure या low pressure? Low pressure. So understanding why ITCZ ऐसे shift हो रहा है नीचे की तरफ. ये ITCZ डेवलप होना शुरू हो जाएगा उनके विंटर्स में जो अभी शुरू हो जाएगी ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. सो जब ईस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम गायब हो जाएगी यहाँ से, देयर विल बी वेस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम विच विल टेक इट्स का पाथ, बट जेट स्ट्रीम हमेशा रहेगी. मास्करीनेस हाई नहीं रहेगा, बट हाई प्रेशर हमेशा रहेगा. मास्करीनेस हाई ड्यू टू टिबेटियन प्लाटू नहीं रहेगा. Jet stream theory में it will get clear. Understood? So 3 demerits. It focuses only on the monsoon lands of Asia. It focuses only on the monsoon lands of Asia. But the theory cannot properly explain why the monsoons are absent. Why the monsoons are absent? Over huge continents such as North America and South America, but present over a smaller continent such as Australia. Huge continents such as North and South America, but present over the smaller continents such as Australia. Secondly, recent studies have shown that upper air circulation in the bracket jet streams play an important role over the monsoon, which is not discussed in the theories. Play an important role in the monsoon, which is not discussed in the theory. Fine, I'm quickly revising. Halley ki theory, classical theory, start with, just a minute. Halley का theory talks only about the heating and the cooling. उसमें इन theories ने ITCZ ऐड किया. जब घर पे जाके रिवाइज करोगे तो बहुत जल्दी हो जाएगा. Fine. ITCZ, why does it prominently shift? Exam में छोटे छोटे points miss हो गए तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. You can combine in the exam ITCZ or air mass theory was given by Reel and Flon, which talks about the shifting of ITCZ attributed to the huge land mass of Asia which gets heated. Therefore ज़्यादा prominent shift होता है. And as a result of this, we have north and south ITCZ, and the trade winds from the northern and southern hemisphere will come to give the southwest monsoon and the northeast monsoon. Flon का एक ही addition है, equatorial westerlies का shift attributed to the heating of Tibetan plateau. सब में एक common है कि jet streams नहीं present, and therefore we come to the second group of the modern theories, and these are the most recent theories. अब if the exam में question आता है regarding the recent theories of Indian monsoon, you will have to write the modern theories. But if exam में question आता है recent theories of Indian monsoon and question comes only for 150 words or 10 marks, you can directly start with the jet stream theory. Introduction में you can give that the modern theories, ITCZ का theory and the jet stream का theory. Jet stream का theory came from 1950s. And therefore we can call them as the recent theory of Indian monsoon. Getting it? These are the most recent theories of Indian monsoon. Be open in the examination. Don't start with all the concepts. You have to decide what to write and what not to write, depending upon whether the question is for 10 marks, 15 marks or 25 marks. 25 marks में recent theories, start with modern theories. 10 marker में recent theories, start only with the jet stream theory and give a passing reference to air mass का concept. Getting it? You know what is a jet stream? Jet stream is a wide, narrow band of very fast moving air in the upper atmosphere between 5 to 6 kilometers from the ground. The jet stream has such an important role to play because they have a dragging effect. जैसे wind has a dragging effect on the oceans. So similarly, jet streams have a dragging effect on the surface winds, and they can move the surface winds in their direction. So if the jet stream is moving from west to east, so any surface wind, any surface phenomena, whether it is a cyclone, it will move in the direction of a jet stream. If the jet stream is moving from east to west, then the surface phenomena such as cyclone will come in the direction of east to west. So with this background, there are two group of thinkers. One is the P. Koteshwaram, the most important Indian thinker, and one is the Ling, the Chinese thinker. फिर there is some small thinker जिसका नाम है Chang Ching, who also gave a little bit jet stream ka theory, but we are not going to do his theory. We are going to start with Yin. Fine. Next. So first point, the modern theories, the air mass theories failed to consider the impact of Tibetan Plateau, and the role of jet streams, which was given by the recent theories of Yin and Koteshwaram. Next point, Koteshwaram. आपके इसमें दिया है सविंद्र सिंह में Monex expedition etc. That is what is the Koteshwaram. Next point, thermal concept Halley, उसके बाद dynamic concept, north and south ITCZ, this is the air mass concept, and then directly Koteshwaram का नहीं दिया है, but this is what is the Koteshwaram का theory. This diagram is given by Koteshwaram. And little bit of Koteshwaram has been given the Monex expedition. The monsoon expedition under the joint auspices of Russian and Indian scientists organized in 1973 revealed XYZ. So who was the leader of this Monex expedition? It was the P. Koteshwaram. These recent theories have maximum acceptance. According to Yin, you should know the year also. Just take idea के लिए. According to him, the burst of the Indian monsoon depends upon the upper air circulation, due to the northward shift of the westerly jet stream in the summers. Due to the northward shift of the westerly jet stream in the summers, in the bracket, disappearance of the southern branch of westerly jet stream, disappearance of the southern branch of the westerly jet stream, a southerly jet becomes active, a southerly jet becomes active, southerly jet becomes active. If you remember yesterday I have told you कि during the winters there is subtropical westerly jet stream ka two branches, one is the northern and the southern, fine. So during the summers ये पूरा north की तरफ shift हो जाएगा. If you remember there is only northern and then there is an easterly jet stream. इस easterly jet stream को in कहता है southerly jet. Understand? Don't confuse this here. This easterly jet stream को in कहता है southerly jet. The southerly jet stream becomes active. This southerly jet stream, causes heavy rainfall, by bringing southwest monsoons to India. The subtropical jet stream, which is positioned over India, acts as a barrier, for the northward movement of the monsoon winds, सिर्फ समझ लो इन चीजों को. This is where the subtropical westerly jet stream is present in the summer season. Winters में तो south में भी है, summers में it is to the north. ये पता है आपको? Everyone knows this? Or even if you don't know, this is the region where the subtropical westerly jet stream is present during the summers. During the winters, this is the position of the subtropical westerly jet stream. So during the winters, this will bring the moisture from the Mediterranean Sea, Caspian Sea region and give rainfall to India, and we will call this as a western disturbances. अब ITCZ shifts to this position during the summers. So जैसे ITCZ north की तरफ shift हुआ, तो jet stream is pushed more northwards. Where is ITCZ during the winters? Here. Where is the ITCZ during the normal position? Here. Where it is ITCZ during the summers? Over the middle of India. So what will happen is this westerly jet stream will disappear over India. वो थोड़ी और north की तरफ push हो जाएगी. So there it is moving. Fine. Because the jet stream is moving, yin का कहना है. Whether it is right or wrong, we'll see it later on. Yin says, because of the jet stream moving, yes, surface winds which are coming as the southwest monsoon winds, वो आगे नहीं बढ़ सकती. And because वो आगे नहीं बढ़ सकती, it cannot move much further. It is stopped over India. As it is stopped over India, they get heated from the ground below. They rise up and suddenly there is a burst of the monsoon. Getting it? Getting it? Jet stream shifts because the pressure belt shift. Pressure belt shift because the sun shifts. बस अभी इतना याद रखो. Sun shift होगा, ITCZ is a pressure belt. So ITCZ is at the equator during the normal position. When the sun is in the northern hemisphere, which region is hot, north or south? North. So we say ITCZ has shifted to the north. When the sun is in the southern hemisphere, ITCZ is shifted to the south. Fine. अब jet streams कहाँ पे है? If this is the ITCZ, this is the region of trade winds. This is the region of westerlies. This is the region of westerlies. इन दोनों के ऊपर is the jet stream which is known as subtropical westerly jet stream. ये ITCZ है. अब ITCZ ऊपर आया तो ये jet stream और ऊपर चली गई. Understanding? इंडिया के ऊपर दोनों होता है. इंडिया के ऊपर समर्स में ये है ईस्टर्ली जेट, ये है वेस्टर्ली जेट. वेस्टर्ली जेट इज अबव हिमालयास, ईस्टर्ली जेट इज ओवर मेनलैंड इंडिया. ईस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम जनरेट ही होती है बिकॉज ऑफ हीटिंग ऑफ वेस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम. बट ये यिन ने नहीं कहा है, ये कोटेश्वरम ने कहा है. इसलिए वी आर गोइंग स्टेप बाय स्टेप. रिमेंबर, वी आर नॉट डूइंग द मॉनसून, वी आर डूइंग थियरीज ऑफ मॉनसून. आज हमें पता है कि ईस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम है, बट यिन डिड नॉट न्यू इट. हु न्यू इट? कोटेश्वरम न्यू इट. जैसे आपको पता है कि अर्थक्वेक्स आर कॉज्ड ड्यू टू प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स, बट कॉन्टिनेंटल वेगनर को पता नहीं था, इसलिए वेगनर की थियरी में नहीं लिख सकते वो, इसलिए ये इतना कंफ्यूजिंग हो रहा है. मतलब इनका कंसेप्ट आप फ्लॉन में नहीं लिख सकते. फ्लॉन का कंसेप्ट आप सब कुछ आपको पता है कि देयर इज ईस्टर्ली जेट, देयर इज वेस्टर्ली जेट, इट इज प्रेजेंट, बट इट हैज टू कम एज पर द थिंकर. इट डज नॉट हैव टू कम एज पर योर नॉलेज. इसलिए आई टुक इन द स्टडीज लेक्चर the entire thing first. What is the monsoon? So if you have not watched, go and watch yesterday's lecture. It is a very crucial lecture. Then only you will be able to link today's lecture. Fine? ये कल का लेक्चर था. This is easterly jet, which is caused due to westerly jet stream, heating of the westerly jet stream. Then वो ऊपर जाता है, and then फिर वो जाके settle होता है over Madagascar, और फिर वो आता है towards India as surface winds. वेस्टर्ली जेट ही ईस्टर्ली जेट बन जाता. समर्स, विंटर्स, गेटिंग इट? रेनफॉल, वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस. अब यिन क्या कहता है? यिन सेज कि ड्यू टू द नॉर्थवर्ड शिफ्ट ऑफ वेस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम मॉनसून आ सकता है इंडिया की तरफ. पहले मॉनसून इसलिए नहीं आता बिकॉज वेस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम है, और मॉनसून आने के बाद आफ्टर द मॉनसून कम्स, इनिशियली ही सेज there is a westerly jet stream, monsoon does not come. Then the westerly jet stream will shift northwards. Therefore, monsoons will come over India. As the monsoons will come over India, they cannot go further. Why? Not just due to Himalayas, but also due to westerly jet stream. And because they will stop there, they will then start giving the rainfall, and therefore sudden burst of monsoon. Koteshwaram ने क्या add किया in the jet stream theory? What did Koteshwaram added in the jet stream theory? This blue line, nothing else. Fine? Koteshwaram added this blue line, that is what is known as easterly jet stream. Next, where did I stop? Monsoon winds, northward movement of the monsoon winds. The heated land over India, the heated land over India causes the heating of the atmosphere, causes the heating of the atmosphere, resulting into sudden burst of Indian monsoon. Sudden burst of Indian monsoon. Yin's ideas were proved by pedal bore, Now, who is pedal bore? Pedal bore is a Russian scientist जिसने दिखाया हाँ कि actually jet stream move करते हैं. Who showed that there is seasonal shift in the westerly jet stream. Seasonal shift in the westerly jet stream. Seasonal shift in the westerly jet stream. Pedal bore has shown that during the winters, the westerly jet stream lies south of the southern slopes of the Himalayas, or lies below the southern slopes of the Himalayas, while during the summers, the westerly jet stream flows along the northern edge of the Tibet. Flows along the northern edge of the Tibet. Flows along the northern edge of Tibet. Flows along the northern edge of the Tibet. So red color is uska winter position of southwesterly jet stream, and blue color is the summer position of the westerly jet stream. just summer position, winter position. I'll stop here today. Koteshwaram, I want you to be fresh. Thoda tough hai theory. So I'll do Koteshwaram tomorrow. But यहाँ तक सब clear? कोटेश्वरम, कोटेश्वरम, यही आप जीएस में पढ़ते हो. The southern branch of the westerly jet stream shifts over India during the winters. अभी shift होना शुरू हो गई वो. It will keep on shifting. It has started to shift now. और दिवाली के आसपास when the sun will go in the southern hemisphere, it will totally shift. और फिर वो पूरा यहाँ से जो stubble burning है वो लेके आएगी, resulting in increase in the pollution. जैसे इस समर्स आएंगे ये कहाँ पे जाएगी? नॉर्थवर्ड्स. एंड देखो ऑप्शनल है, सो ये भी ड्रॉ करना. रिमेंबर द लैटिट्यूड्स. हु गेव दिस डायग्राम? पिडालाबोर. व्हाट इज द शेडेड एरिया? तिब्बत. Himalayas is only to the south. It is Tibet. What is responsible for westerly easterly jet stream is not Himalayas. It is heating of Tibet. Fine. Don't go. Write one question in 10 minutes. I'm giving you the question and then only go. Question is, the southwest monsoon, inverted commas में, southwest monsoon are extended form of land and sea breeze. Extended form of land and sea breeze. Full stop. Inverted commas. Critically analyze. Critically analyze. Understanding the demand of the question, क्या है? हैली को क्रिटिसाइज करना. पहले बताना हैली एंड फिर उसको क्रिटिसाइज करना. सो 5:15 तक यू हैव टाइम. examine the relevance of green tourism in sustainable development. Means paper was so open-ended कि even if you have gone through all the past year questions, आप answers लिख पूरा paper attempt कर सकते हो, except one question in paper 1, that is phreatic volcanic eruption. But what is phreatic volcanic eruption? Is nothing but hot springs and geysers. Phreatic waters के बारे में. So it is already given there. Fine. So with this, you show it to me on by 5:20. Fine.